This is a series that is Learn Radiology with Dr. Anil Joshi, which deals with different aspects of conventional radiology as well as CT, ultrasound, and MRI. Today's lecture is on conventional radiography, and that also a much popularly used technique called as CR and DR, which we are going to see today in more details. Today's lecture is going to be delivered by Dr. Anil Joshi, and the topic is CR and DR. Now there are certain disclosures. The certain material we have borrowed from the net, which is free of royalty and without any payment to it. So it is the free download and royalty free material which has been used in certain part of the slides, though most of the material as far as draft is concerned is from our own. Now here we go to the basic lecture of CR and DR. Our generation has earlier seen that there was a darkroom technique which was involving the film processing was done in a dark room, and it was really tedious, skilled, and time consuming. Subsequently, the darkroom technique had certain advantages like automatic processor, which increased the throughput. It improved the quality. However, the technique remains as the large space taking and more time consuming, with difficulty practically storing the images, since the images were in analog and they were difficult to preserve and to send for teleradiology etc. purposes. Therefore, when this technique was developed, CR radiologists and radiology departments were extremely happy to receive it, because with that the darkroom was eliminated. There were certain disadvantages with darkroom. There were certain disadvantages and advantages also with the CR and DR. But over and above, a CR and DR system has much been accepted by everybody, and everybody is really happy of the technology today we are using. Now let us see how it works. The targeted audience, or those who want to learn radiology, are basically the first year of the MD radiology students, and second are the technologists who are aspiring as medical imaging technologists. Now what is the basic radiography? Let us go to a basic of radiography. It's a generation, recording, and displaying. So the X-ray generators were there, X-ray tube was there, and X-ray table, stand, all accessories of X-ray table were there, as well as processing facility, that is a dark room. Now this all deals with generation of X-rays, that is from the tube, that we are not going to see today. Second is the recording. The recording can be in CR and DR in better ways, versus that was in the earlier days with the help of film, which were having limited life, and in due course they were difficult to maintain in a good shape. Now display were also only in the radiology department or on the view boxes, and the portability was difficult. Now the digital radiography deals with two aspects. One is called as a direct and second is called as indirect. Now what are the options? Options what we have seen, we are bit revising, are the conventional radiography, which was going on since till now. Second is the conventional radiography with automatic processor, which were reducing certain processing time, and then came the computer radiography, that is shortly called as CR, and then come as the direct radiography, which can be indirect or direct. Now all these things we are going to see in this lecture step by step. Now coming first to the conventional radiography. This topic we are not going to cover in more detail, we are just going to pass on the benefit and merits, and sometimes the advantages, disadvantages. Now that is only the thing we are going to cover in this lecture. Detail of this conventional darkroom is covered in some other lecture. Now it was time tested. See, we are using it since last almost 100 years. Now it was cheap. The initial cost, consumable, and offsets were very simple. Then it was simple to operate, easy to learn. However, I do feel it was not really simple to have a proper developing technique with a person who was in darkroom. But to some extent, it was A non-educated people, the person who doesn't know about a computer, can also operate it. Now it was durable, sturdy, and has no maintenance except the tanks which had developer fixers, so they never used to get erode or otherwise. Now, uh, archivable and reproducibility was possible, and it was needing a dark room, and there was a throughput time which is slightly more. After seeing what is conventional, now we'll see what is a conventional radiography with adding an advantage of autoprocessor. Now, to some extent, the darkroom operations were better with autoprocessor. Manpower was reduced. Only one person was needed to feed the autoprocessor. Then throughput was better. It was giving a faster throughput. Then it was cost effective. Then sensitivity, durability, and maintenance. It was slightly high with the automatic processor since it had lot of moving parts and it was requiring more water, that is water in lot of quantity to wash the films, and the temperature maintenance was also better achieved with the conventional radiography when combined with automatic processor. Now after that we are going to see what is the digital radiography. Digital radiography is analog to digital conversion of the direct X-rays. So it is either through the CR or through the direct radiography we achieve a digital radiography. Both are called in the same word digital radiography. It's further divided into a computer assisted or CR, and second is the direct radiography that we are going to see in more detail subsequently. Now, what it is actually in technical word a conversion of analog into a digital version. Now, what were the advantages? Advantages was it is economical. It is the cost of film and chemical and darkroom was saved. Now, how the cost of film was saved? That multiple projections can be given on one film. So instead of every time spending a larger film, a large film can have multiple small films and the total film consumption can be minimized. Number two is the total number of wastage. Here first you are seeing it on a monitor and then printing. Therefore the wastage is extremely reduced. Now there was no need for any darkroom in digital radiography. It can be done in a total daylight. Now, archives. The data archiving, documentation and storage space was extremely benefited with this technique. In this technique, we had a better storage space that was on the computer. So, on the hard disk can be further stored on the additional hard disk or over the pen drive. Then communication was possible due to electronic transmission. Then it was robust and consistent as far as durability is concerned. Then flexibility, post-processing was possible. Even if image is not exposed properly, it was underexposed or overexposed. The factor can be taken care in this technique. Now, the disadvantage is infrastructure need. Earlier, whichever department we had a conventional radiology with a dark room, that dark room need to be removed, and we have to set a different room for this CR system. Then interfacing and over interpretation mimics. What does it mean? Lot of things on CR, that is on computerized radiography, depends on the settings. So if a setting is done wrongly, there can be a different or over reporting, or some details can be obscured or they may not be visible. So a operator over the console has got extreme importance. Now, how is the technique? First is CR, that is computed radiography. Now, this is a indirect digital. Then we have got photostimulator. The photostimulator storage phosphor to acquire an image. Image is acquired on IP, that is imaging plate. Now CR has got a reader where the IP or imaging plate is read further. Now digital electronics workstation is available in it for display and storage. Now direct digital radiography, DR or DDR. This is the higher version of CR, and nowadays it is available in most of the centers. Now what are the benefits of it is, it conversion of X-rays to direct digital capture is possible. Now FPD, then thin film transmitters, then total electronic image capture, and photon pixel display. This is the cycle of it. So first the X-rays are converted into a direct digital signal. That is the first stage. First stage, X-rays are converted into direct digital signals. Now there is a thin film transistors. What these thin film transistors do? They have what? Amorphous Se, Si and CSL. Now these effects or these factors converts a X-rays into a electronic image or a latent image, and that is over the image capture. Now the photon pixel are useful to display this image on the monitor. Now let us see one after another. First is computed radiography, which we are extensively using, and most of the departments have got it. Now what are the uses? The imaging plate containing photo stimulable phosphors are used. That is called PSP, indicating photo stimulatable phosphor. That is a phosphor which can be stimulated with the help of the photos or with the help of X-rays. Now, use of the same radiographic unit is possible. You have got your X-ray department, the X-ray machine is there, X-ray table are there, so you do not have to change all these things when it is going to be shifted from conventional to the computed radiography. It needs a cassette reader. So what are the constituents of the computer radiography? Is the first image plate what we have seen. Now second is the computer reader. Now what computer reader does is it converts the image into a latent image. Now let us see it in more details. The image can be transmitted through the fax. So it is possible to have reporting at different places. It can be possible to transfer the images. It will be possible to transfer the image on the computers. And when X-rays are absorbed, some light is promptly emitted, but much of the absorbed X-ray energy is trapped in PSP screen. That is photo stimulatable phosphor, short PSP, and can be read out. The CR imaging plate are made of barium fluorohalide. Now, CR read processing steps. After the cassette is exposed to the X-ray beam, the cassette is loaded into a reader. The reader removes the phosphor plate and exposes it to the laser stimulating phosphor. Now, the light emitted from the plate is collected, quantified and digitalized. Now, after readout, plate is erased using a bright light. So, please follow the steps. Let's go one after another. First, you expose a cassette with the help of X-ray beam, or that is the taking of the X-ray in an X-ray room. Now this cassette is put into a digitalizer. Now what happens? The digitalizer does, or the processing unit, what it does is it removes the phosphor plate and exposes it to. So inside a cassette there is a phosphor plate. That phosphor plate is removed by the digitalizer and the plate is taken out, and this plate is then exposed to laser stimulating phosphor. Now the light is emitted in this process from the imaging plate. This light is quantified. That means brighter is the light, brighter will be pixel on the monitor, so on and so forth. And after reading out, now plate has to be reverted, so it can be made use to the next projections. Now reader scans plate with laser light using rotating mirrors. So inside there are rotating mirrors and a laser light. Now what does it? The images are read with the help of these. Now film is pulled out through the screen by the rollers. Now once the cassette is put, the plate is pulled out and it runs over the rollers. Now, in this process, as I said, the light is given off by the plate and it is measured by the phosphomultiplier tube and recorded by a computer. This makes a total cycle of half part. Second is to clean the plate, that is, it is exposed to bright light and that is inside the machine, and the plate is made again reusable. Plate is phosphostimulatable phosphor, therefore radiation trap electrons in a higher energy stage. Now, what happens to the electron once they are exposed in these phosphostimulated phosphors? They go to a higher stage. In this higher stage, they remain till they are put into the digitizer. This higher stage of image is then converted into a latent image when it is put into the digitalizer. That is because they are at higher stage. When they come to a lower stage, they emit the energy from it, and that is converted into a latent image. Now reader scan plate. Now how the reading imaging plate is done. Now reader scan plate with the laser. Then laser releases electrons trapped in a higher energy state. This is same as what we have seen. Now we are revising it again so that it will be permanently remembered. Now electron then fall into a low energy stage by giving up energy as a visible light, and the light intensity is measured in incident radiation. That is what we have just discussed just now, and again it is emphasized. Now this diagram shows you again clearly same thing what we have discussed again, that is, first look at the X-ray machine, that is the X-ray tube which emits the X-rays. Inside, in between is the object, then it goes to a phosphor plate. Now once the radiation passes through the body, it goes to a imaging plate or a cassette. Now this cassette is put into a image reader. Now what image reader does is a scaling. It scales, that means it quantifies the light. How it is done is because of the electrons which are from higher level, when they come to lower level, they emit the light that is quantified and scaled, and this produces a image in a recordable image, and you can get it display of it. Now here see, since it's a basic, we are showing it through a different aspects. Now here first we are seeing here is the, in first page we are seeing PSP, that is the imaging plate. Then there is a base support which has got practically only a function to hold the base. Now it is getting exposed. See now what is happening. A plate is exposed and it creates a latent image. Now how the latent image is created? It is created by the electron which are from the higher stage. When they drop to the lower stage, they emit a light and they form a latent image. Now there is a reading of image, and again the plate is exposed to the light so that it can be reusable. It can be used for the second patient. It becomes fresh. Now DR radiography. DR radiography has got high cost. Still it is not affordable to most of the centers. Then there are certain other packs which are retrofit. Then it has got a convenience. It does not require any darkroom or chemicals. There is a flexibility. So there are a lot of advantages, but the biggest is the high cost. Now CR radiography is with low cost. It is cumbersome. You have to take the cassette, you have to pull it, then you have to put it again into the digitalizer. Again you have to remove the cassette, then you have to take again. So in this manual, lot of time goes. So it is very important for busy departments. Then durability of CR is time tested and a labor intensive. In DR, you do not require much of the labor. Patient is just asked to position and the radiography is taken and processed. So very less manpower is required. Now here we are seeing a DR image. See, the object is standing and the radiographer is in another room. So not much technique is required. No handling of the film, no shifting of cassette from here to there. It is very easy. It takes very short time. Now see, DR image acquisition. We will go now into the physical aspect. Now receptor provide direct digital output. Then potentially lower patient dose than CR in. So DR require less dose than CR. So also high latitude as per the CR. So film quality and the film imaging details are much better in DR. Then there is no processor reader required. Images available in less than 15 seconds and less work for a technologist. So it is very convenient. It's very easy for the busy centers where you have to take more patients. So because it takes less time and there is much faster work and much better quality, all these advantages are there. Now DR image acquisitions, array of the light, sensitive detectors, the word with light emitted by the phosphors. So practically it is same. Light generated by X-rays absorbed into the charge. Now charge stored in capacitors. Now processing with readout of TFT array and no user intervention is needed in all these things. Now the one of the most constituent or essential factor of the DR image is the FPD, that is flat panel detector system. This is the basic of the DR. We need FPD, flat panel detector system. Now charge coupled device is also needed, that is CCD as it is commonly called, or CMOS. CCD is more common and that is the long form of it is charged coupled device. Now it is a slot scanning time system and photon coating time system. So these are the technical reasons. Now what is a flat panel detector? It is used in an indirect digital radiography. In this, the X-ray strikes scintillator producing light. Now it is subdivision of DR, that is the flat panel detectors. Now X-ray strikes scintillator producing light. Photodiodes array convert light into electron. This intensifying screen is made up of CCl iodide crystals and the photodetector is made up of amorphous silicon. This is the contrast constituents. Now if you can see here, it is shown that incident ray falls on the it has got top electrodes, then there are different layers as you are seeing in the images. Now FPD, X-ray converter material on TFT matrix. Each element has capacitors and switching transistors. Readout form each detectors. Here how you are seeing is, first there is exposure to the X-rays, then there is store of the charge, and then there is active readout. These are the three steps. Now CCD and CMOS, what is it? X-ray conversion in the visible light using scintillators or phosphors. Now role of CCD or CMOS is to convert X-rays into a visible light that is channeled by the mirrors or prisms. Now slot scanning system is like CT scanograms. Now photon coating system is like a slot scanning but uses crystalline SE and scintillate, the high DQE and SNR, that is signal noise ratios. Now these are the comparative charts of the CR versus DR. Now in CR the position requires much meaning. It is very difficult. You have to patient for properly. Versus DR it is easy. Now replacement of FSR in CR and it is in DR. Then patient throughput is much more with the DR and compatibility is good with both but better with CR. In nutshell, CR is a profit advantages, cost advantage, quality comparable, DR is a superior quality and superior throughput, good for light and average number of cases. Then this is in the chart, flow chart we are given. Now, teleradiology. Teleradiology is a transmission of image and associated data between the locations for the purpose of primary interpretationable or interpretation or consultation and for clinical reviews. So, it is a transmission of data taken at one center, sent to the other center where the experts are available. Experts can analyze the image and give you the reports or their opinion. That is achieved through the teleradiography. Now, there are a lot of benefits of it. The local benefits are it is faster, then reporting is achieved at 24/7 because as soon as the X-ray is taken, it goes for the reporting and the opposite person can report it. Then linking of the multiple sources, multiple centers are possible. Then of course for simplicity, the storage is better, then the image can be preserved in the same form, then multiple images can be stored in one simple devices, then its capacity can easily be increased. So today if you are keeping images of 6 months, tomorrow you can have a device which can keep images for 1 year. Then but one thing it is very sure, it is not alternative to local capacity building. If you want to develop a department locally, tele is not a solution. You must have a person over there. Then prerequisition is local expertise for the service delivery. Somebody has to acquire the images, somebody has to load it, and somebody has to download it, and somebody has to give it to the proper outlet. Now, it bridges a gap for expert opinions because at a time you have got a multiple choice of different expertise where the films can be saved and the results can be achieved or the reports can be achieved by multiple consultants. Now this is through a picture archiving and communication system. Shortly it is called as PACS, very commonly used word. Now computer-aided diagnosis. This is coming up peer factors and its role is not yet established. Whether computer can give a diagnosis in radiology. Now information, knowledge and wisdom. Whether computer can replace it, whether computer can have equivalent is a disputed matter. Then success in it has got a success in mammography, in nodal detection in CTs, or to some softwares can pick the hemorrhages in CTs. Now, it is an assisted tool and not for the definitive interpretations, not is suitable for education and training purposes. Now, tried for pulmonary nodules, interstitial lung disease, etc., but their success still is debatable or it is not well accepted. It has got a complexities like quality assurances. You cannot have a good quality assurances with the help of QA, that is quality assurance, with the help of computer-aided diagnosis. And the positions are also not read well or better by the computers. Now there are several occupational exposure risks like occupational radiation exposure mostly scattered from the patients that can be to the operator. Then at least 1 meter occupational exposure. If no apron is worn, person has to be at least 1 meter away from the patient. These precautions, whether you are using CR or DR, has to be taken. Then you can minimize patient dose with multiple factors. You have got a technique called low dose devices, low dose techniques, where you can use optimization of your doses and you can protect yourself, operator and the patients. Now the time, distance and shielding are the three main factors. The X-rays follows inverse square law. That means if you are not in contact with direct ray, which you should always face in such a way or be in such a way with the patient that only the scattered radiation should come to you, and as far as possible you should never get yourself exposed to the X-rays. And number two, you should always wear protective devices like shields, aprons, lead goggles, etc. Now these are we are given some doses, that is for the reference purposes, because these can be reduced drastically by the CR and DR. So these are the conventional in which there can be much big reduction in CR and DR. Now we are seeing conventional in nutshell. Briefly, we are seeing the dark room, how they wear. We have also seen what is a CR, how it works, how easy it is to convert a conventional department with dark room to the CR department. And also we have seen a latest advance in the field, that is a DR, which is required for a busy department, but it has got limited value for a smaller or low volume departments. Now in conclusion, there are advantages for this computer assistance, that is CR and DR. Both techniques are beneficial. Now, greater image quality. Images are of beautiful, wonderful quality. They can be faster. The quality can be changed. Whatever has been printed one can again be changed and printed into second, which was not possible with conventional. Now, accurate detection of small lesion is possible with the help of monitor and with the help of softwares. Now, it is economical due to less film cost and less repetitions and less wastage. So ultimately it proves to be economical than the darkroom. Then provide option for the dose reductions. They are available and we have seen in the chart what is the standard, and we should go for reduction of 8. There are techniques which are called as low radiation dose techniques. Now possibility of wireless transfer of the data from the department to the experts, storage of the data from the department at certain different place. It has got quick results. Interpretation can be given within few minutes or few seconds, and it enhances archiving and retrieval. Both the things are very much. Now, we have seen two techniques, that is DR and CR. Both are wonderful, but DR is edge of all. Now, digital radiography is based on use of discrete values in comparison to conventional radiography, which uses analog values. Now, exposure necessary to produce good images are directly related to the detective quantum efficiency of the detectors. Now, CR system requires about twice the exposure of the corresponding 400 speed. It was earlier film had a speed like 100, 200, 400 was the high speed films or high speed screens. So CR require about twice the exposure of corresponding 400 speed screen film. So that is one of a disadvantage or marginal disadvantage, because it has got lot of other disadvantages. With this, we are coming to the end of the short topic. In this topic, we have seen a conventional darkroom, then we have seen CR, we are seeing DR, different type of DR, its advantages, disadvantages, how the images are formed, how the electron go to the higher stage, when they pass to lower stage, how they emit the light, how the data images are formed, then how the images are stored, what are the big advantages of CR and DR, that is the storage, multiplicity, teleradiography. All these things we have seen in more detail in this lecture. Now, with this, we are coming to the end of lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. Please note, radiology is not a race. It's a process. Be a part of this process and enjoy the feast of knowledge. Better you master the technique of CR or DR, you will be better in reading the images, since the resolution of the image and the quality of image you are going to get is just superb. With all these things, I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Logs on till we meet next time. Thank you. Do your best to the patients. Do some good diagnosis. Make use of the physics which we have seen to improve your visibility, and use of the technique to the benefit of patient.